Last week actually has been a very difficult for everyone in Taiwan. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, Taiwan is on the level 3 alert right now, and we have to minimize the personnel, and only 5 persons are allowed on site. But we work so hard to overcome the difficulties and continue the weekly online study program. That's why we can present the review of the whole month in May right now. So please take a look, and today's program will start in a minute. And those are the speakers we invited last month. They give us a very good presentation and inspire everyone.
但是我在慈济世界里面就学到了，佛菩萨一定会让我们有更多的正能量，扣回来这个随顺因缘。如果没有把握当下，如果别人的一个邀约，我们心中产生的是迟疑的时候，其实啊，我们心中就要想的是，这是我的障碍，我的无明，我们怎么样去克服它？
告诉他们，我们的未来。
And this was our principal from Tzu Chi School. She gave us the sharing last week. And those are the two young from young generation and from headquarters. Okay, have everyone a good day again. Through different medias, we can still connect together. We located at different spaces, different time zone, but I believe our mind is always the same and only one goal. I really like to stay with you because you have a positive energy. So we're gonna to start an online program right now. So now please all rise. Take 3 bows to Buddha and Master Jin-Yan. First bow, second bow, and third bows. Let's chant following together. Pass on Dharma essence with a sincere piety, unwaveringly to promote Tzu Chi spirit and cherish the Tzu Chi affinities. So respectful Master Jin-Yan, masters aboard and every volunteer over the world. Let's make the walk. So take action, go, go, go. Just do it, just do it. Study and listen to Dharma teaching. We are more diligently and get closer to Master Jin-Yan's heart. So please be seated. So we're gonna start to read right now. So online study group always open our heart and we pass on Dharma essence and recruit the talent, be part of the online study group. So pass on Dharma essence and recruit the talent and be part of online study group. Everyone, good day. Even you are alone by yourself, you still need to show your passion. Well, there's over 9,000 participants online. Master Jin-Yan gave her blessings, and she said that we are enlightened and compassionate group. And she said we are Dharma messengers. So we have to remind ourselves every week that Master Jin-Yan's ideal talent are those who are humble but not arrogant, self-esteem and cultivated with virtue, unselfishly treat everyone and equal to everybody, open-minded and controlled temper, they work hard and harmonious with others, will show the good manners to speeches and actions. With these characters, Master Zhen will feel relief, and they are qualified followers of Master Zhen. So we wish everyone can be Master Zhen's ideal talent. So now put your hands in front of your chest and say, Master Zhen, please be relief. We will be your ideal talent. And then Master Jin will give her feedback, put her thumbs up, and she said that you are so great. I really feel grateful that during the pandemic, we maybe can only join the online study group and in the crowd, but we will not discontinue the program. So today's progress of the Master Zhen Footstep is in the June of 2019. So this is our goal, that we encourage each other to talk about Tzu Chi, and we'll listen to Dharma teaching diligently and mindfully. And we believe we all have the potential. We maintain our initial aspiration. The beauty only comes from the hard work, and the glory does not come from waiting. This is a very good quote and always encouraged me a lot. So this is the attitude that we should have. So we invite everyone to go. And if the plan is not workable, we can change the plan, but we can change our goal. So this is today is June 2nd. It's the first week of the month. So the first week is our Kaohsiung translation team will provide a translation. We thank you for those participants. And then please take a look at this screen. So let's give them a big hand, because we will have a Japanese interpretation start from next week. And we have so far we will have 2 teams. The first team will start from next week. When we started English interpretation last year, we have a goal and we have the dream. We hope that after 1 year we can have another language to join the interpretation. So next week is our first year anniversary of the interpretation, and then we will have the Japanese language to join us. We feel grateful that Sister Mei-Kuai and the employee at her company called the Connected Business Service Company, they already practice a lot. So we are looking forward to having their professional translation. So we will start from next week. There we have two different language for translation. And okay, and today's English translation too, I would like to share the feedback from Sister Xue Yu. On May 2nd, May 22nd, when we have the sharing with Master Jin-Yan, she gave us the feedback and she said that because of the pandemic, and we can only allow the 5 person on site. And she appreciated that the technical team like Jian, Yue Huang, and Brother Jiang to overcome all the difficulties and let us to continue. She couldn't hold her tears because she realized that it's not easy to have the live broadcast with only 5 person in a team. And she said that actually in the online study group, the team member, we are not well familiar with each other, but because we came from a different community, different country, different city, but we can cooperate each other and we can get along well with each other. So she is a role model and she is always well prepared in advance. So every time when she ready to present the guiding reading group, she always give us her presentation maybe two months ahead. So let's give her a big hand. And the next time we're going to share a Jiang's feedback. And now we are going to go through the feedback we received last week. So no matter where you are, your message, your feedback is always encouraging and inspiring. So last week we received totally 317 messages and passed over for resharing 125 times. So let's go through the feedback on the general teamwork first. Like the Li Ping from Hebei said, during COVID-19 pandemic, joining the online study group become irresistible because it is full of positive energy. And everyone should cherish the good opportunity to learn Dharma teaching. And Guo Xiuhua, she said that every team member practice what they have learned from Dharma teaching is very remarkable. And like Wang Hui, she said that she always got off work by teaching 2 classes and can wait to join online study group to gain more positive energies. And then the feedback on the lectures. First on the Dr. Cai Mei-Ping. Even during her sharing, her phone rang, but Dr. Mei-Ping still finished her sharing. That was great. And it's not easy to promote the vegetarian diet. She is a good disciple. Master Jin-Yan set an example for others to follow. Is a role model for us. And the pure vegetarian diet is also kind of environmental protection. And then the feedback on the guiding the reading. The bone marrow donation registration has been 28 years, although facing many difficulties, but we always overcome the difficulties because save one person's life actually is saving the whole family. And appreciate the Jihui's courage to seize every chance. And her guiding reading presentation is also precise and very, very, very great. And last week we have a young generation from Tzu Chi headquarters give us a very good sharing, like Liao Guang-Fu and Pan Jing-Han. She said the topic, the life maker. The topic is so interesting, starting from exploring ourselves and then find out our capabilities and the possibilities. And then Pan Jing said that Liao Guang-Fu looks a little bit different today. Apparently, Jing's above serve good meal. So please come to join us and work together. And some participants from Thailand, he said that I came from Thailand and I'm also one of the members of the Tzu Chi College in the association. It's nice to see Mark Liao Guang-Fu in the crowd. You are so great. And then the second section, the sharing from another young man from young generation, Wu Shangru. So the sharing from young generation, one after another, is so great. And from Tzu Chi Elementary School to college, it's a complete education with entire love. And then we also received positive feedback from other countries, and like America, like Canada, like mainland China. Please let us know where you are, and even your time, a little message is always encouraged. So like Beijing, Nanchang, mainland China, so many. And there are so many. But every time when we receive those feedback, we will spray, we will pass on, and our team member will organize and summarize, and we will put on a screen like this. So no matter what kind of the media that you are connected, we can still always be together. We appreciate the participants from Malaysia. Especially the sharing with the master sharing a few days ago. There were so many feedback. And we also have a message from Thailand, from Philippines, and from Australia. Thank you. And then Taiwan. From Taipei, from Kaohsiung, from Thailand. Thank you so much. And we also have the feedback received from YouTube. So like Effie said, like happy to witness so many young and talented children are making use of their time to pursue their interest in life besides academic excellence. Truly salute all our young generation bringing hope.
优秀的一个年轻人，他们非常善用他们的时间去追求，除了他们的兴趣、生命的兴趣之外，其实也让他们的学业的一个卓越的部分。
It's good to hear the sharing from the young generation. Not only they study hard, but they also seek any chance to do the good deed to benefit others.
Sharing is earlier, then one can form good affinities with many people through participation.
And like Effie said, I agree with the young brother Liao Yuwen's sharing earlier, that one can form good affinities with many people through participation, 实际 activities. Young sharing, young Shangru is also sharing more young activities. So your good feedback is the encouragement for us. And we also have the feedback from the 3 young men. And like Wu Yuwen, he said that when he heard the sharing of Tsai Meiping, doctor from Malaysia, in the first beginning, Dr. Meiping is only take care of a patient's illness, but later on, not only did she care about the patient with more interaction and smile, she also successfully promoted the Meatless Monday at the hospital. That is very touching. And we also appreciate the feedback from the Liao Yuwen. He said that his gratitude is beyond the words. In September 2020, he received a call and was asked to give us the share. So everything that he received, many notes, reminders, graphic design, other speakers sharing. He was very touched. And this is another young girl from Thailand, and she said like she learned so much from Tzu Ji's elder volunteers, and realized that it's their responsibility for the young people not only study hard, but also need to take any chance to do the volunteer work to benefit themselves and also benefit others. So if you have any feedback, you just give us, and we will appreciate. So this is the feedback from Nanchang, Mainland China. And she says last time was the 4th time they get together, and they have the entrepreneurs, they have volunteers, they have residents from community to join the study program, and everyone is receiving lots of join. And this is the feedback that we received from European volunteers. In April, we have the opportunity to get together. When we get together in April, she was so touched and she wished that one day she could come to Taiwan to learn more. And she said that she has so much to learn. So after she gave us this feedback, I invite her to be part of our graphic design team. This is the feedback that after the gathering in April with European volunteers. And now what we have seen on the screen, those are the comic drawing from one of the participants in Malaysia. They were so vivid as life. And if somebody laugh with us, the happiness will double. And someone is looking for the beautiful place, but we make a place beautiful. So now we're going to call out. This is our first section. We're going to call out to Italy.
So now we are going to call out to our volunteer, Ms. Tang Mei-Kuai. And now, due to we are in different time zone, we know that it's midnight in Italy. And the volunteer there, they put a lot of chance for people local there to do the bamboo bank. And you can see here from this video how our volunteers develop themselves in Italy and how the people indeed. So local people, they really appreciate our help there from this video. And from this video, we can see our local volunteers in Italy. And from this video, let's have a look. Our Ziji volunteer cooperate with the local charity and the local NGO group to help the people indeed and the people in the elders in the nursing house in Italy. And this is the video lesson back from Rome. And the Italian elders, they are impressive to our caring and our greetings. And this local charity, this is the director of the local charity. They do appreciate our help to bring the blessing to the elders in this nursing house. You can see the here. She's our volunteer, Miss Tang Mei-Kuai. So we can have a look here. This is the shelters for in the winter time. So this is we co-op NGO and a local charity foundation. From this video, we can see this is in the year 2016, and this is also the year of Jubilee year in Catholic, and on our the year Catholic, the devotees from Holy See and World Economics, Ecosystem Humanities Aid. On November 3rd, Tzu Chi Foundation was invited to meet the Pope. With great honor, our European volunteer Mr. Fan Delu from Germany and Chen Shuwei from Germany, and they are the deputies of our Tzu Chi Foundation to join this forum. At the same time, meanwhile, in the year 2016, there's a great disaster also happened in Philippines. And our Tzu Chi volunteers devote themselves in Philippines too. So this is also an example that the charity foundation cooperate with the one the other. This is the. This happening in the year 2014 in Philippines. The great catastrophe happened in Philippines and destroyed the Catholic Church there. And our Tzu Chi Foundation, our volunteers did our best to help them to rebuild this church. So love and mercy had no labels. Our Mr. Jin-Yan told us, we wish ourselves can organize that every. Mr. Jin-Yan said that once she has the chance to talk to the sisters, the Catholic sister, and they discuss how to devote all the volunteers to help one the other across the different religions. It's interreligions. And she would like to invite Pope to Taiwan one day. Now, we're going to invite our volunteer, Miss Mei-Kuai from Italy. So let's just wait for them a little bit because we were in different time zones. So now it's midnight in Italy. So now we connect with our volunteer, Mr. Mei-Kuai in Rome. Hello, everyone. Greetings to our Mr. Jin-Yan and the Master from abroad. And thanks for Kaohsiung Study Group offering me the chance to share my experience of volunteer. Both Tzu Chi volunteers are diligent and devoted on creating blessing, which impact witness the religious interchange conference of Holy See in Vatican. Place works better than individuals. Before I start, my topic, I'd like to introduce our Italian team. With Bodhisattva path, maybe I couldn't reach my goal, are from different religions. Italy. The East Coast, North, and thanks to the good affinity of the European volunteers from strike an area in North Italy, which was the organized of our Italian team. Due to this relief of distribution, the very first time the Vatican Holy See signed the MOU with Tzu Chi, an Asian NGO, in April of 2013. The social benefit of EU is pretty good. We don't have many volunteers in Europe, and most of us are in different countries. We try our best to focus on emergency relief, caring the refugees, elders in nursing house, and support one the other for EU countries' relief of distribution. In Serbia, Bosnia, we also cooperate with local NGO like Red Cross, Caritas, and the Nurse Association. Okay, and now I'm going to share my experience with witness the sign up with the MOU with our Holy See. In December of 2014, our director He Lishan and volunteer Zhou Yuru came to Rome for a seminar of religious interchanges. Mr. Huang Xingde, the CEO of our French branch, accompanied them to visit Deputy Secretary General of Pontifical Council for Interreligious Dialogue. And the Deputy Secretary General of Pontifical Council, they also attended the seminar held by the headquarters of folklore movement, visited Francesco Cocopa Meliot, the executive officer of Jesuit Order, also the chairman of Pontifical Council of Legislative Tax, and the founder of Charities Aid Foundation, which signed a MOU with Tzu Chi Foundation. Our director He Lishan and volunteer Zhou Yuru were well prepared for the presentation in the 2 days forum, introduced the Tzu Chi global footprint fluently and accurately to the audience. The deputies from different religions were impressive and gave great feedback. Director He Lishan and volunteer Zhou Yuru arrived Rome in the afternoon on 9th. The next day, they started their itinerary. The program was packed. They attended 3-day seminars and a lot of visiting. On 13th, their last day in Rome, I planned to show them around before they left, but they attended our Tzu Chi Volunteers Tea Party in Taiwan Embassy and shared their experience and the Tzu Chi stories to local people and overseas Taiwanese. It was an impressive sharing for all of us. It's my pleasure to witness the interaction between Tzu Chi and the Holy See. We all know that the year 2016 is the Jubilee Year of Mercy for Catholics. The deputies from Holy See and other religions attended the forum for the topics of global economic ecosystems, humanitarian aid. On November 3rd, Tzu Chi Foundation was invited to meet the Pope. With great honor, our European volunteer Mr. Fan Delu from Germany and Chen Shuwei from Germany and I were the deputies of our Tzu Chi Foundation. Despite all the deputies attending that forum were from different countries, cultures, and the religious people was great. Vatican held a religious interchange forum for international students. It was their very first time inviting Buddhist group to join the forum, and Tzu Chi Foundation was honored representative the Buddhist group. Our deputies were Mr. Hu Jiajian from Germany, Ye Yizhen from the UK, Wu Wenqi and Huang Borong from South Africa. They shared Jing-Si Dharma of Tzu Chi school and the Bodhisattva into life. They devoted to introduce Buddhism and Tzu Chi to all audience and the participant. Thanks to these 4 volunteers of Tzu Chi Collegiate Association, their implement of Buddha's teaching and very eloquent explanation are truly helpful for the inheritance of Jing-Si Dharma among the world. The Holy See agrees that everyone in the world needs to implement help each other with humanity. This matches our Tzu Chi spirit. Great kindness to know and unknown. Great compassion to all the human beings. Be empathetic to people you know and unknown. Love and mercy have no labels. Therefore, all religions base on love and mercy. Purify people's heart, help the people indeed, society to be peaceful. These are the goal for all religions. We have to try our best to achieve the goal. So thanks for your listening. This is my sharing. Okay, let's give a big hand to our volunteer, Miss Tang Mei-Kuai. Thanks for your sharing. We appreciate. She looks really nice, even it's 3:30 a.m. in Italy now. She does look energetic. We do appreciate her sharing about the meeting with Pope from Vatican. Under her witness that we have more information about Rome. Therefore, we here in Taiwan, our Tzu Chi volunteers has the chance to know better about the Catholic, about the Vatican, about the Holy See. So everybody need to cherish this good chance and our opportunity to join the volunteer group. And we do appreciate our volunteer, Ms. Tang Mei-Kuai, to share her witness. By her detailed description, we feel like how the with Pope. Everybody, let's give her a big hand. Thanks to our volunteer, Ms. Tang Mei-Kuai, sharing. So now we are going to proceed.
We are going to share the next section. Thank you, sister from the New Taipei City and from the North America. Thank you for joining us online. And also the Mr. Siguo from Taoyuan, Michael Gong from Xinsan, Malaysia, Han Wen from Jiayi. Thank you for our positive energy. And Tzu from Malaysia, Penang, Malaysia. Sister Zhou Li Mei and Sister Suzhen from Kaohsiung. There's a participation said that I would like to learn Japanese. Yeah, this is the only Japanese that I can say. Arigato. We hope that there will be more volunteers who can join us who understand Japanese. So it looks like everyone is looking forward to the Japanese translation next week. And Sister Ajin, you miss our team. And Sister Shoni from Qingshui in Taichung. Thank you for letting us know that you learned from, you don't know how to read this, but then now you learned. And Lin Qing from Jin-Wen, you said that families from Jin-Wen will stay with us, and Ethan, Sister Ethan. So, okay, now as you know, we are going to share the book reading book. This is Sister Yuan Huilin. She's going to share the year we turn our vows into wisdom. The name Master Jin-Yan gave me is 时尚. We should not forget that year, that person, and that mind. Does everyone still remember in 8th August 2009? Besides, it is the Father's Day. What else had happened on that day? Yes, that is a disaster. Typhoon Mei-Kuai hit Kaohsiung and the southern of Taiwan. A lot of Tzu Chi volunteers came from Taipei City and to come to help to clean homes in the southern of Taiwan. There are doctors, teachers, and college students. People came one by one. Master Jin-Yan was thankful for those volunteers. Let's listen to Master's teaching. Thank you, everyone. We should not forget that year. We should remind ourselves in 2009. The Typhoon Mei-Kuai hit Kaohsiung and Pingtung area. It caused a serious disaster. When we talk about the disaster of Mei-Kuai from the North Taiwan, Central Taiwan, and East Taiwan, Tzu Chi volunteers had mobilized together. Cars formed a long procession in the highway. The vehicles came from Taipei, Taichung, Taoyuan, Hsinchu, Miaoli, and Taichung. They all come to Kaohsiung to help. You know, at that time, I said, I'm very grateful for you to provide a lot of machinery. For example, payloader, excavator, bulldozer were sent from Taipei to Kaohsiung. It is just like a convergence of love. Then we can have a great strength. Thank you for Master's Jin teaching. This is the strength of love. It's just like a measurement. Now, there is a science. We have a zone of compassionate mind. If we help other people, then we will feel very joyful. If we let everyone see the sadness or disasters, then the zone of the compassionate will glow. So these two college students, they watched the videos and then they thought that they just came out to help. These two were very very tall. So we let them to change their suit and to clean the mud. They didn't say that they were tired. These two are my child, and I feel very touched and feel grateful about what they gave at that time. So I remember at that time, the first time that I joined to provide the work, one of the volunteers said that it was amazed that how come Tzu Chi volunteers can do all these things and without asking for any payback. And because there are so many sufferings around the world, so we need Bodhisattva. Also, the master said that we should continually invite Bodhisattvas to join, to walk into the crowd. So we should do good to bring peace and harmony to the world and collect small good actions to be more powerful. So people who do good deeds will have good fortune in the future. So if everyone doing good in the world bring peace and safe. So inspire love in people and collect 10,000s of heart lotuses had achieved the goal. And also, we will continually bloom. We may Master Jin-Yan always have good health and have boundless blessings. Please pick up your birthday cake and wave hi to Master Jin-Yan. Thank you. This is a video on the 5th May. It is the 5th anniversary of Tzu Chi. And it is also the 8th anniversary of online study group. We wish that we can invite more and more people to join our group. And we put actions to reach the goal of do good things, bring peace and harmony. So we've already collected over 10,000 heart lotuses. So Huilin, Yu, and I already make a lot of picture cards. We don't think too much. We just think we should do it. Just do it. So at that time, when we meet with Master Jin-Yan, so Master Jin-Yan wishes to can collect more and more heart lotuses. Hopefully, we can reach the new goal. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Huiyun, Sister Huiyun. She is. She's like a superwoman in our group. In our group, everyone knows that if we know there's one thing that we need someone for help, then we can call Huilin. So you can see we have a lot of materials or pictures, and so please, we should. If a lot of our Da'ai drama group came to our study group, and I always call her to design the pictures and posters. She's not like a normally person. She worked very hard, as you can see her. It is very hard for the person who is going to share it, because she cannot watch the screen and see her PowerPoint, because we change the place to do this study group. Hope that we can reach the goal to collect more and more heart lotuses. You don't need to be good to start, but you need to start to become very good at it. Because you can see how come they have this skills to write the beautiful words. There is a writing group or edited group in this online study group. So there's only the beauty comes from the work, the hard work. Glow without weight. So as she mentioned about the disaster in Typhoon Rock, I didn't stay. I was not at Taiwan. I was in Brisbane, Australia, and the master said that we should be very cautious. So so the master told us that we should be sincerely and be cautious and be prayed for the peace and safe. So the family, the volunteers in Australia asked me to hold the event. My sister Angela, and she came to me to share her blessings to Taiwan. I believe you felt very, very sad from your voices. So I sent my whole blessings to Taiwan. I didn't say I didn't use Chinese, but she can hear my voice full of sadness. So after I came back from Australia, and then I joined the group immediately on the next day. And I just came back and joined immediately to see what I can do, even though I only can share little or very less efforts. Just like Master Zhenye's teaching, there's no one can left behind. Even though I was at board, I felt connection to Taiwan, so I came back and joined the group immediately. So let's just take care, cherish any moment that we can help. So this is a share feedback from Malaysia. Yes, thank you. Siqing said that a lot of sisters from Shandong, China, and Beijing, China. So there were almost 20 persons in the group. Thank you for joining us online. I hope we can keep the original mind and to work very hard. So a lot of sisters say hi to everyone. Brothers in Jin-Man. There was a sister from Sabah, Malaysia. I cannot go out to go to the recycling station, so that it is a chance that I can sit in the front of the computer and to join the group and hear your voice. And Li Juan from Malaysia, thank you for inviting a lot of people to join in. Sister Shufen from Malaysia, and Victor from Taipei. Ming Wu from Malaysia. Sisters and brothers in Malaysia, you always make us very touched. And sisters from Taiwan, thank you for letting us know that you feel very good to join this platform. And more sisters and followers feedback from Malaysia. There were a lot of feedbacks. Thank you, brothers from Canada. And hello, Sister Mei-Kuai in Italy. But it was 3 a.m. in Italy right now. I just checked. So beyond the religions, everyone sharing was so great. And everyone put in actions from Master James' teaching. Thank you to let us know how you feel and your feedback after you listening to the reviews and listen to their shares. I asked some volunteers to edit the feedbacks from online. This is, as you can see, these feedback all came from Sister Fang Wen. It makes her it reminded her that in 2018, the first time she went back to Hualien abode is when it's the time that she joined in a group with online Kaohsiung online study group. So it makes her that because of this project, she can invite more and more people to join Tzu Chi. So why she said that she would like to do the edited work. There was one day she heard once volunteers sharing that if she become ill, then she still can have her hands to write out something. And also at that time, Fang Wen's hand got some problems. So that's the reason why she said that she would like to do this job. Amazing.
Spend a few minutes to go through the review of last week. We appreciate Liao Jun from Canada, Ray Xing from Beijing, Fang Wen from America, who gave us the recap of the main points on the study program last week. So, for example, the team member Cai Meiping in Malaysia did a great job to promote Meatless Monday at the hospital where she worked. And during the COVID-19 pandemic in 2019, volunteers from Kaohsiung Dashe community conducted a promotion to invite more people to join the bone marrow registration drives. And Lai Yuwen from the young generation served at the Tzu Chi headquarters and get involved with the project to inspire more people to do the good deed and the charity together. And then Cui Ping and Li Mei from Tianjin, mainland China, share a story that one of their care recipients who not only took care of the sick husband for years, but also sees any chance to help others. So, and in the section of physical exercise, Liu Ping led us to do the stretch out. And in the end, Wu Shangru, who graduated from Tzu Chi School, worked at the headquarters doing the public welfare affair and hopefully to inspire more people to understand about the Tzu Chi. So let's give them a big applause, a round of applause. Although there was no audience in the room, but we still to give them showing our appreciation. So now we're going to the next section.
And now let's go to the next part. Okay, it is a doctor from Taichung Tzu Chi Hospital. And actually, we are very happy to hear that Mr. Jin-Yan is really put a lot of, good comment on this, right? And on Da Ai drama, then we also have a lot of drama about that, okay? And doctors have to just not only take care of the patient, but also they have to also deal with a lot of the chores like every day, okay? And everything begins from the superintendent himself, right? And today, and we are so happy that we have a doctor recommended by Dr. Jian Shouxin, who is a superintendent of the Taichung Zhejiang Hospital. And today, this is the doctor that is coming with us today. And whether you know him or not, and today we're gonna be knowing him today. And this is a patient who takes care the patients really, really well. And actually, and she is a doctor from the gastroenterology department. Well, and you will all know about him. And actually, he takes good care of every single patient, no matter how serious or how severe the illness that the patient suffers. And we will just, bring as much effort and the care to the patients as we can. And through all the caring power and the consideration, and I think a lot of people know something about the acid reflux and the gastroesophageal reflux. And we really have such problems, for modern people. And a patient who suffers from a lot of disease like the postnasal drip syndrome, and it will feel uncomfortable. And in Taiwanese culture, you just feel kind of, kind of stuffed in your throat. So you just cough, right? Well, and if you breathe some like a cold air, or you taste like some cold water, then you will feel kind of uncomfortable in your throat. And all the clips, help us know about this doctor, right? And a lot of patients may just, suffer like a more severe disease, right? Well, and if you know something about this doctor, and today, and we will have Dr. Liao Guang-Fu sharing, his own experience with us. And you know that, okay, he says that he is like a scoundrel doctor himself, right? And we have Dr. Liao Guang-Fu taking part in the year-end banquet, and he said to us that, I was, just like a gangster, because I always, roll up my sleeve and work in a hospital, and I carry a lot of a bias toward the Tzu. But now, this is a doctor in Tzu Hospital. That's right. You are seeing him here, right here. And I treat all my staff members and all my family members, and I just take all of them to the recycling station, and really we can learn something there. And this is a doctor. And we know that he is also very, very humorous, and he speaks really good Taiwanese. And do you know where he is from? And actually, we are really fascinated with his sense of humor. And you see, then I have like 5 fingers telling the patient what's wrong inside his body, her body. And, because of his sense of humor, and the patients really get relaxed there, okay? Okay, and he's saying that, okay, your kidney is as good as a beautiful lady, right? And your kidney looks really like a mango. And according to the humorous talk, on him, and the patient really feel kind of relieved there. And yes, I really want, see the patient feel relaxed there. So I use a lot of like fruits, something like that, and I want to let them just feel relieved there. And now you know that he speaks good Chinese and he speaks good Taiwanese, but he's from Myanmar. Okay, and he's saying that you have to eat more because you are too thin, right? And the patient says, right, our Dr. Liao is kind of excellent. He really takes good care of us, right? Okay, so Dr. Liao actually is from Myanmar, and he is a very good doctor in Taiwan. Ladies and gentlemen, now let's have Dr. Liao Guang-Fu, and we like to be with you because you've got a positive energy. All right, and now you will see Liao Guang-Fu with us. Okay, very good. Okay, say something, Dr. Liao. So we can see you. Start talking, please. Start talking. Venerable Master Jin-Yan and the masters from the abode and all the Tzu Chi volunteers, good day. And today I'm going to share with you my own experience being a doctor and my just thinking in mind and my personal stories as I became a Tzu Chi volunteer. But before that, I'd like to say thank you to teacher Mei Yun. And actually, she is a very, very good bodhisattva. And she really used a lot of good methods and to just hold on to us, right? And I'm very happy to be here. And okay, so please hang on here, hang on there, Dr. Liao. Can you hear me? Okay, we can see, your visual aids. Okay, please, we can see your visual aids. Okay, now I need your visual aids. Thank you. It's okay. Dr. Liao, thank you. You said I'm a bodhisattva. Thank you so much. I'm happy now. Thank you. Okay, there you go. Very good. So continue your story, Dr. Liao. And I lived in Myanmar and Thailand, so I begin my story with when I was in the border between Myanmar and Thailand, okay? And on the right, it is Myanmar, and on the left, it is Thailand. So I just walk from Myanmar to Thailand. And because, in Thailand, we had a Chinese school in Chiang Mai, therefore I studied there. And today, I want to share with you. I want to share with you that, my grandfather actually was a soldier living in Thailand. And I was sent by my grandparents to study Chinese in there. So after I finished my medical degree, I got here in Tzu Chi. And I just promote the 4 major missions and the 8 footprints. And I did this because I really want to put myself in all of the missions there. And I will just introduce, my story within the 8 footprints, right? And first, and let's begin with the charity part. And from the picture, you know that, we are Tzu Chi volunteers and who are ready to just pack all the old and used clothes to people who need them. And we were just, there and try our best to just clean the clothes, right? And get them ready to the recipient who needs them. And this is a picture I wanna, also focus on some underprivileged people. In the picture, and you will see the patient who suffer from cirrhosis. And if he pay by himself, and it would cost him over 2 million Taiwan dollars. And he has 3 children, and he was just a bus driver. And because he had a liver problem, so he had to just take day off really frequently. So I decided to help him, and I just post him through medicine for compassion use. And next picture, and you will see that sometimes we also need to hold a free clinics in Nantou, Taiwan. And you will see this is a nurturing home, and we are there to just give a free clinics to the residents there. And because of COVID-19, then we know the situation was really, really severe there. So we can just, we just couldn't let them just go outside. So we just got inside and try to help them. But we had to cover up their mouths and the noses, right, for the sake of our safety. And now let's go to the second part, medication. And this is a panel that I lead, okay, and in Taichung Tzu Hospital. And I'm really lucky that I have so many talents here, and we have 27 professional doctors there, and this is a very great team here. And because I am a doctor for a gastroenterology, so I have to really take good care of people, giving them an endoscope and a colonoscopy there. And some patients, however, don't really receive our caring like a thoughts, and they don't really care about themselves either. And in this picture, then we will see the patient suffering from a cirrhosis, and this is alcoholic cirrhosis, and inside his belly, and it is like a acetus there. And I will just show him my belly too. It's okay. And his belly is full of acetus, which is water. And this is really, really terrible thing, according to his physical condition. Well, and in this picture, and I really receive a lot of positive feedbacks. And in this, picture, then you see grandparents and you see the grandchildren saying thank you to me. And after I took good care of the grandfather and the whole family, every family member, was so happy, and they were so grateful to me. Okay, and they are just, warm-hearted to me. And in this picture, and you will see in the middle, then you see the little girl who studies just in grade 3. However, and his father suffered from a liver cancer. Okay, and we really want to take good care of the person here. And you will see here that we have a man here. And because he suffered some a disease, and his son, took a lot of a folk remedies on him. And you will see, his face, and I don't think you will see a good a look on his face, right? Okay. And I just compare his a face, to mine, and which one is more handsome, okay? And we also study very, very hard. And we also have a lot of different departments there, and we just combine all of the doctors all together, and we offer a good care to patients, right? And we also have to develop a lot of methods taking care of my patients there. And here, this is a team of inflammatory bowel disease. And after, we give a lot of care to all the patients. And of course, the patients really want to say thank you to me by sending me a lot of cards and flowers in the picture, as you can see here. And now let's get to education part, education mission. And you know that I'm also the professor, okay, in Tzu Chi University. So yearly, I go to the annual meeting of a Buddhist Tzu Chi Medical Foundation, and I have to just show them my studies there. And aside from that, we also have to do something, okay, just like the simulation medical exam, with a cadaver, okay, and which is the silent mentor. And in our department, and we also do some studies. And I also promote some programs with Zhongxin University. And we really have to send the doctors for some further studies. And within my 10-year experience in Taichung, and I also got rewarded of the annual medical dedication there. And we also send the doctors and study abroad for a lot of advanced technology and education. And besides them, because you know that I am from Thailand, and I also studied in Chiang Mai. So of course I went back there and took a look there and see how the education mission is going on there in Thailand. And I want to try my best to see whether I could offer any help to them or not. Okay. And actually, let me tell you, the education mission in Thailand is doing so well. Okay. And in 2018, I was also awarded the individual award. Well, and in my hospital, and we had a lot of volunteers coming here and offer their warm caring to us. And we are good friends. So every year, we have a lot of lunch parties saying thank you to all the volunteers. And they are really good people. And we also have eat the fathers and eat the mothers, and they also take good care of us. And we want our doctors and the nurses to carry the gratitude toward all the fathers and mothers. And in this picture, then you will see that we went to the free clinic, okay, in Cambodia, and we took the picture with the local children there, and they are very happy. And I also participated in the free clinic in the Philippines, and I felt so shocked there. Okay, and we are medical staff and we are medical professionals there. Of course, and we have our own equipment there. And as long as they have power, electricity there, and we can just try our best to help all the patients to solve their problems there. And we also participated in a lot of Tzu Chi events, so we really could just feel a lot from all the events, right? And we were just walking in the sutra, and we really learned a lot. So yearly, I will just participate in as many events as I can. And in this picture, and you can see that this is the Buddha bathing day, and we also participated in the ceremony, the Buddha bathing ceremony there. And here are the role models that I have to imitate and learn from. And we have a Superintendent Jian and the Superintendent Zhao from Taipei, and they are really good people, and I really have to learn from them. And especially this is Superintendent Jian, and I really carry my gratitude to him. Okay. And now let's go to the international relief here. I also take part in it. And this is a Haiyan typhoon in 2013 in the Philippines, which brought a great disaster, a big disaster to them. And you can see from this picture, and in Duluwan, and the city was just totally destroyed there. So this is, the picture taken before we departed from Taiwan. And in this picture, it was my first time feeling the shock and the respect toward, all the people here, okay? And from other organizations like NGOs, and they just give the goods, to people who suffer from the disasters. But Tzu Chi is different. We respectfully send all the items, to people who need them. So I really experienced, the respect and the gratitude toward them. And besides that, we also offer free clinic. And you will see that in this picture, right? This is a school without roof because, it was, a typhoon. And we also have meetings. Okay, and I also feel something. So I'm a doctor there, so you know that I have to really take care of a patient, okay, no matter what disease they suffer. And we also have a pediatrics there, and I really have to take care of also children. And as long as they have problems, then I have to also offer my care to them and give them the best medicine. Okay, and they can just, be happy there. Okay, and I'm so grateful. And because, we are short of manpower, and if they need any services, they have teeth problems and they have to extract their teeth, and okay, I will have to also do that. Okay, and I am becoming, the dentist assistant, giving light to them. And in this picture, we also see a lot of Tzu Chi volunteers who also send the relief aids to people, and they also have to hold the ceremonies there, hoping to give the people who suffer from the disasters Tzu Chi people's love. And we want them to feel the love from Tzu Chi. And a lot of people, the Filipino people, they really also participated in such event and really feel so shocked, right? And in this picture, then you will know that, I have to think whether I could just do any more things. So I just came over around the city in the Philippines, right? And here you will see Dr. Lin Junlong, and he is a really, really the wonderful doctor here, okay? And it was taken in Cambodia, and he is a doctor taking care of people's hearts. But here, as you can see, he had to also take care of people's lungs, right? And he had to give X-rays and do some analysis on the patient's health there. So now he is the CEO of the medication mission. And he is not only a doctor, but also our role model here. And through the medication process, and we also have to also take care of ladies. And when we give a free clinic in Cambodia, and this is a young girl who suffers from a retardedness, and we have to also take care of her too. Okay, and we also had some cooperations with the local doctors there, and we also share our experience and knowledges with them there locally, okay? And we also became good friends with them. And we completed the free clinic all together. And let's do some comparison. Okay, you will see the equipments and the facilities in the hospitals in Cambodia, and you will see we are so lucky living in Taiwan, right? Okay. Also, let's go to the bone marrow donation part.
We're very grateful that we're in Taiwan. We have the bone marrow registry in Taiwan. We often receive patients with bone marrow illness, so we have to give them treatment. And we're very grateful that bone marrow registry is one of the Tzu Chi missions that we have to get in contact with the Tzu Chi bone marrow registry to evaluate whether the patient with blood illness disease need to get bone marrow transplant. And the next is our recycling. One of the mission is Tzu Chi mission is the recycle. And we promote the recycling through our action. We take all our staff to visit recycling station of Tzu Chi. And we respect our recycling volunteer. They work so hard, and they have thorough knowledge about how to do recycling works thoroughly. And this is the and our Tzu Chi volunteer who are very we also need to take care of our Tzu Chi volunteer, the recycling volunteers. This old lady, she is a recycling volunteer. And we can see from the screen that there are many volunteers, they were so tired when they're doing the volunteer work. But they still work very hard, although they are aged, but they still work very hard. And this is a community volunteers. And we visited underprivileged resident in Daya community district of Taichung. We visit underprivileged resident, and he on the screen he had a surgery. He went through surgery because of illness, and nobody could take care of him. So our Tzu Chi volunteer visit him and take care of him, and later we gave him the medical treatment, and we also gave him financial support, and also help take care of him. And we invite him to become a volunteer so that he could make contribution to the society. We're very grateful that he could transform after our hard work, he could transform his life to make contribution to the society. And I also encourage my daughter to become volunteers. My daughter. And these are the pictures that we went to Cambodia to do volunteer work in Cambodia. Although I was in, this was in Thailand, in Chiang Mai, and the school, we not only visit the school that Tzu Chi helped build a school in Chiang Mai, Tzu Chi school, and we also need to give them free clinics. And Superintendent Jen is my role model, who not only do volunteer work, but also he is a great doctor. And this is just as Master Jin-Yan says, the more we do, the more we gain. The less we do, the more we lose. We are very grateful. They give a great hand, good hand to a big hand to Doctor. And thank you. And can you feel that he is so energetic? He is not only a doctor, but he also, we respect him that he could participate in 8 footprints of Tzu Chi. He participated in all 4 missions of Tzu Chi, and he controlled his presentation is so precise and very touching. And this doctor say that he used to be like a gangster, and before 1999, the severe earthquake struck Taiwan. Before 1999, he has bias about Tzu Chi Foundation, but after the earthquake struck Taiwan, he finally realized what Tzu Chi is, and now he participates in Tzu Chi, and he enjoys being a member of Tzu Chi. And he shared his care to people, so he is very joyful because he is willing to share his joy to people around him. So if you get in touch with him, you will feel the joy in his heart. And he is alone in the classroom. Although he does not wear a mask, but he is alone in a classroom to do the sharing. He is a compassionate doctor in Taichung Tzu Chi Hospital, and he is recommended by Superintendent of Dr. Jan from Taichung Tzu Chi Hospital because he is such a compassionate doctor. And he's worked very diligently to battle with coronavirus. Although during this difficult time, he still manages time to do the sharing with us. And today, we're very, very grateful that he is here today. What is the name? His name is Liao Guang-Fu. Director Liao Guang-Fu, that's grateful. We're very grateful to have him here today. Sister Yu Mei from Xuelong, she is very detail-oriented. He typed in everything that she heard. She wrote it down, everything that she heard.
From so many speakers who share with their hearts to benefit us. 他就说，从这样的一个平台里面，是每个星期三都是不容错过，因为这边得到的一个知识还智慧，都是从这一些所有的分享者里面，他们打从心里。 然后取得分享，让非常多的一个利益哈。
We gain so much, we gain wisdom and knowledge from the sharing, and we're very grateful that these speakers they came, and Jiang Xin from Nanchang. And from Zhijing, our teamwork we have a great teamwork, and also and from Philippines, the Shijing sister Shijing say, we the Lotus Heart, the Lotus Body Heart promotion. We now do the fundraising from all over the world to be able to contribute to help the people who are suffering in the world. And in Kaohsiung, the team has to work very hard because they have to very concentrate on what they are doing. In the Kaohsiung, the teamwork is group study as the sources of my purification of my heart, the power for my purification of my heart. And I'm a volunteer from Cambodia, and there's a blessings prayer for all the volunteers, and we have the grateful for the slogan team, and from Indonesia. I don't know how to greetings to everyone on the work. We accumulated the heart, the great heart and love, to put all the touching stories on our handouts and send out the sharings to all over the world. And the encouraging words that sent out from Kaohsiung team touched my heart. And from Hanzhong, Huixian, Sister Huixian, you appeared in front of us as encouragement to me to learn Dharma teachings from Dharma Master Jin-Yan every day as a very enjoyable experience. I joined the online study group. We learned so much Dharma teachings, and we could all join our heart together to work hard on this Bodhisattva path. And we pay our respect to the medical personnel who are on the front line to battle this coronavirus, to protect us. And now on the screen we see our audience sometimes he has to see the playback of our video. And Hui Jian Shijie, she is a teacher. And two young people who work very hard diligently and participate in Tzu Chi. He is touched this teacher's heart. If there are more young people participate in Tzu Chi work, will make this world a better place. And when a volunteer who was very touched that an older person who hold her hand in a distribution, she was very touched, and she used to be very depressed and because of the stress. And now after she's seeing the young people, she thinks that the students who has depression in her school need to learn from these two young people who are volunteer. Because they participate in volunteer work, they burden their heart and mind, and their life will become very meaningful.
Okay, so now, so everybody, 他把我的发话停止了。Hello. So now, after the sharing from our volunteers in mainland China, now we are going to invite our volunteers to share with us. Let's have a look at this interview from our volunteer, Miss Tan Shang sisters. The video we just see is Eco Station, and they're sharing the video how they work in our recycle station in Liaoning, Benxi. They have stopped their recycling work for a long time, and once they gathered again, they are very happy to see each other. Now, we are going to see that how Tzu Ji volunteer accompanying the family who lost their only child in mainland China. And what is the family who lost their only child? It's due to the policy from mainland China that each family only allowed to have one child. So once this family lost their only child, it suffers for all the parents. So let's have a look at this video. This is our care recipient, and she tells us how suffers that once she lost her only child and how she was accompanied by our volunteers. So it's really a serious strike for the family which lost their only child. You know the numbers in mainland China that there are more than 1 million families lost their only child in mainland China. And the parents and the family members suffers from the pain, and some of them be unconscious, some of them suffered from the disease. So our volunteers in China try their best to devote themselves to accompany the family lost their own child. And this is the video that the interview from our volunteers in Liaoning, sharing how they accompany the family lost their only child. In Liaoning, Benxi, there are 28 volunteers from our Tzu Ji Foundation, and today they hold a forum to make good affinity with local people. After joining this forum, but from this forum, we have more participants to join us, and thanks to this good opportunity, This is the news in the year 2015. And the people who get the interview, this Miss Hu Jing-Yan, she's the first volunteer we have in Liaoning. And later on, we are going to invite our volunteer, Miss Hu Jingyan from Liaoning Benxi, from mainland China. So, okay, let's contact with them. Good morning, Master Jin-Yan and Master from above, and good morning, everyone. I greet to all of you, the Dharma relatives. I am Hu Jing-Yan. I would like to share you that my volunteer work accompanying the care recipient Miss Luo Jing-Wen. Since the year 2017, in April, the Benxi City Hall provide 200 members in their list. This list is the one families lost their only child. So this is the chance that the Tzu Foundation cooperate from the the Benxi City Hall to care the families that lost their own child. And Luo Jingwen is one of the success case. She lost her only daughter, and we start to accompany her in the spring of 2018. We try our best to accompany her through social media, by the phone, and we visit her regularly in her home. And during this time, we try our best to make a good affinity with her. And once she got the recipe of the bamboo bank to return, we can cultivate ourselves anywhere. And I told her that this is the blessing from our Master Jin-Yan, and it's very good discourse for you. And I do really wish you can join us to be volunteer and help more people who need it, and help the people who suffer the same pain like you. So she, 1 year later on, she came to visit us and be volunteer implement of Buddha's teaching with us. And it become open-minded again. Hi everyone, I'm Luo Jing-Wen. Once I used to be a care recipient by Tzu Foundation. And in the year 2015, in the cold afternoon, my daughter went to the bank to withdraw some money, and she fell down. She fell down careless and was crashed by a car. And this serious car accident took her life. Before she passed away, she was sent to the operating room, and this is the last time I see her, and I tell her Amituba. And she replied me, listen, Amituba. And this is the last time, this is the last chance that we talk to each other. I lost all of the hopes of my life, and even become unconscious. And I suffered the great pain and not able to back to the routine, the daily routine. My brother worried about me a lot. In the year 2018, the spring, the community officer in our neighborhood came to visit us with the Tzu volunteers. And since that time, the Tzu volunteers visited me every month. Just like my own family, they try their best to accompany me and encourage me to forget the bad memories, and told me that a happy mind attracts good fortunes and invites blessings. So month by month, year by year, they devote themselves to accompany me unconditionally. I'm so touched by them and become open-minded again. So I decided to be volunteer like them to help more people who indeed and to help the family who suffer the same pain as me. Once I joined the volunteer work to accompany an elder whose name is Tong Yuqing. She was 82 years old and she had to take care her husband who is 94. And once we went to their home to care them, and all the volunteers they are wait, and they still carrying the elders and did what they need to do. And one more time that our volunteer helped these old couples to the hospital. I see our volunteer, Miss Hu Jing-Yan, despite her bad condition problem, she is 64 years old. She carried the older people to the hospital. I was so touched and cried during that time. In the case, the care recipient, they went to the hospital again due to the non-cancer. So the husband, who was 90 to 94 years old, passed away, and our volunteers still keep accompanying them without stop. So our care recipient Tong Yuqing was sent to the nursing house, but our volunteers still go to the nursing house to accompany her. And the daughter-in-law of Miss Tong Yuqing was so touched by our Tzu Chi volunteer, and she started to treat her parents with filial pity, and accompanied her mother-in-law in the last time of her life. From these cases, I know that there are always people who suffered more than me. So I understand that love has no labels. And thanks to our Tzu Chi volunteers, learning by doing our Master Jin-Yan's teaching, and due to the learning master's teaching by doing, I'm so touched, and I would like to do something benefit others too. And I start to devote on recycling and protect our environment too with our volunteers and promote vegetarian food. And I have inspired 58 people's compassionate heart. So we should appreciate, cherish, and cultivate blessing. And by Dharma teachings and practice on, I know the impermanence of life. And this is my share. This is what I learned from our Tzu Chi volunteers, that I know that I already on the right track. I would like to forget all bad things in the past and to cherish my time to benefit others and devote myself into the Tzu Chi volunteer. And thanks to our volunteers sharing, she transferred her love to her daughter, to the people in need, and it's so touchable for all of us. And we would like to thank her sharing. Let's give her a big hand. We do really hope that our volunteers in China can share us more good case and we appreciate your sharing. And now we have some good feedback from Beijing, China. And thanks the feedback from Vietnam. And please tell us where your location is, and thanks for your good feedback. By your good feedback that we know we are doing on the right track. Thanks for the feedback from Malaysia, Lady Tan. Thank you. And we have another feedback that he would like to thank our Dr. Liao, and for his sharing that we know how our Tzu Chi Foundation works in Vietnam. And our volunteer in Malaysia give us a lot of feedback. Thank you so much. And thanks to the feedback from our volunteer Han-Wen, and we do really get a lot of good feedback to our Dr. Liao from Vietnam. And next week, we will have our interpreter group from Canada. And right at the same time, we have some good feedback, not only from Malaysia, but also from Thailand. Thank you so much. And thank you for we also have many good feedback from our YouTube. I would like to share
teamwork always works better than individuals. 也就是说，团队的力量永远是比个人还大的，这是一定。团结力量大，再难也不怕哈。所以非常感恩志祥您在金门，非常感恩您跟林真在那边的一个带动哈。
Okay. And thanks to Jing-Wen's feedback, she's a new friend from our platform, and she says there's a good affinity. We also have some good feedback from Jin-Wen.
其中呢，我们的旧女师姐，她就是就她的一个分享，她想到88水灾的时候，他们是车，然后从清水这边来加入这个部分哈。那记得在教堂前去铺草坪。
We also have a feedback that from our volunteer in Taichung that they share the experience while they are
我人也在现场，我真的有看到上人之间的。
suffered in a typhoon striking Taiwan. And due to COVID-19, I know some of you cannot come to join us live, but you can join us on live from any social media, from YouTube or Facebook. Okay, now it's our stretch time.
手记得七步骤，内外夹攻大力丸。人多时候戴口罩，进入密闭空间也戴口罩。不要用时会折好，乖乖的放口袋书包。眼耳口鼻不乱摸，不乱摸，不乱摸，不乱摸。洗手记得七步骤，内外夹攻大力丸。拱手不握手，保护你也保护我。
朋友们，你们学会了吗？
赶快速度，
加速喽！
一起来，水龙头啊，开又关，洗双手要擦干，吃东西前勤洗手，回到家也要洗刷刷，眼耳口鼻不乱摸，不乱摸，不乱摸，不乱摸。洗手记得七步骤，内外夹攻大力丸。人多时候戴口罩，进入密闭空间也戴口罩。不要用时会折好，乖乖的放口袋书包。眼耳口鼻不乱摸，不乱摸，不乱摸，不乱摸。洗手记得七步骤，内外夹攻大力丸。这个时间大家一定要起来动一动，伸展活络筋骨哦。接下来我们一起来做伸展喽。如果你口渴的话，可以喝一口水。好，准备我们要微风开始。很好，很好，加油！准备要来挥挥手一下，来挥个手，换边，来加快。有变化球哦，来交叉，打开，交叉，打开再来。准备蹲起，蹲起，再来蹲起，膝盖动一动。好，准备要扭腰了，好了，扭腰，轮，腰部稍微扭一扭，动一动。好，那准备侧转身，来侧转身，回来，换边，再来。再一个，好，我们做伸展，一脚往前，双手向上，回来，换脚，回来，再两个，回来，再一个，回来，准备踏踢，让你的脚稍微舒缓一下，可能你一个早上都一直坐着是吗？喝口水，跟着我们一起来动动。来，交上手。风来了，风。微风。哇，好舒服，我们准备来打个招呼，加快速度，两个，来，交叉打开，交叉打开，再来，蹲起，微微的膝盖微弯就好。我们要准备扭腰滚轮，慢慢的就好。很好哦，加油哦！我要准备侧转身，我来换边，再来，下一个，准备伸展一脚前，回来换脚，再两个来，回来最后一个，回来踏踢，再来重复要滚轮扭腰，来扭腰，慢慢的，很好哦。准备侧转身，回来，再两个， 最后一个，伸展一脚前，慢慢回来，手向上打直，再两个，回来再一个，回来踏踢踏踢踏踢，很好很好，耶！哇！那个活动团队艺人活动团，活动主任祝福大家一样，每一次都要祝福大家健康活力旺，身体健康上盖赞啦！好，热烈掌声，感恩艺人的亚萍。好，那同时间呢，我请导播可以一样，就是我小画面就好，可以 take 个简报吗？为什么我要这样子呢？其实大家看这首歌可能对大家呢不是一定很熟悉的。
This song you might not heard it before, but this is a song you will be able to see that this is a amazing song of 慈济大爱 drama. It's by Wu Jiaxiang. The song was written by Wu Jiaxiang. This from the current 慈济大爱 drama. It's also the main theme is song was written by Wu Jiaxiang. The song by our Da'ai drama was very, the melody was very soothing, and the lyric was very meaningful. This is a message and hope that we could sing the song together and calm our mind down, and also we could share our heart and our thoughts through the through singing the Da'ai song, and we could relax our mind. And when they share, they do the sharing. They will not come by alone. They will also bring many great preview of the Da'ai drama, and also they will share the very nice melody of Da'ai song. And let's believe in ourselves. We could make it. We could manage through this battle of coronavirus. We made each other in love, and we could accompany each other through difficulties. And I'm very touched to see that the people who are in need, who can transform their life through the company of the volunteer. And don't close up your heart. Open your heart to accept people volunteer walking in your life, and your life will be transformed. And don't underestimate yourself. Love in your heart. You have to open your mouth to speak up, to share your love through your words. And we have to be cautious that for all the words that we say, we have to be careful what we say. We need to say good words and share to transmit the feelings and touchness of our heart. And in the Da'ai, although we might not become an author of any book, but we might be able to contribute to our good words and the city website. Liaoning, from Liaoning, that they are good disciples of Master Jin-Yan. They worked hard together to accompany the people who are in need. They transform so many people's life. Liao Guang-Fu, Dr. Liao Guang-Fu is very respectful. He is a doctor. He already has a very tight schedule, but he still works very hard to participate in all the teaching missions and to make his life so meaningful. And he set a good role model to all of us. From Benxi, from mainland China, and from Jing-Wen, she is very touched by the what the volunteer do in mainland China. They are so they are so kind in accompany the people who are in need. So they transform the life of many people. Let's give our big sum up to the activity group. They take us to exercise, and they bring up our energy high. That's doing exercises so that we could have a good physical health, so we could do more diligently work on this Bodhisattva path. And the next, we need to calm our heart down, and as we are going to share the fundraising part. And so many countries, Dutch, England, British England, Italy, American, Canadian, Thailand, Cambodia, Singapore, Malaysia, Philippines, Iran, so many, Indonesia, Hong Kong, Australia, Brazil, Paraguay, Guatemala, Dominican Republic, and up to today, June 2nd, we've already accumulated 15,900 lotus. With this fundraising, we accumulate our effort to bring about blessings. No one has any right, but although we might not have any right, but we have the power of impact to this world. I'm going to share. We have the sharing from Xie Yanping, and she is our editor in Taipei. She is suffering from a very severe illness. She underwent 7 surgeries. Although she's very ill, but I still invited her to participate in doing editing for this online study group. The first year or second year, she couldn't make it because she was very ill. But the third year, she finally managed to participate. And after she participated in this online study group as our editor, she says she is very touched that so many people work so hard in various countries in the whole world. All of the volunteers bring their heart to closer to Master Jin-Yan's heart. They are very diligently working in various countries to help the needy. The next, we are going to calm our mind down. And the next week, last week, Dr. Yang Sibiao passed away. Let's take a look at the video. This is a Japanese. Dr. Yang Sibiao was on Dai TV. There's a drama about his story. He's legendary. He do research to help the patient with TB. We're very grateful. Although that usually the main character of the Dai drama will come with the prayer that pray their role in the Dai drama, but because Dr. Yang was ill, so he couldn't come. If you want to get to know more about Dr. Yang, you will be able to find a book about him. And this is his. I hope if I have time, I would inspect and share my thoughts about the medical environment in Taiwan and the advancement of the Taiwanese medical environment. Dr. Yang, he is the expert in the thoracic X-ray film, and he is the first person who diagnosed the TB in Taiwan. When I was inspired by Dr. Yang to become an expert of thoracic illness, and Dr. Yang, he already after he retired, for 30 years after his retirement, he still traveled from Taipei to Hualien to teach the medical school students how to read the X-ray film for the thoracic illness. On May 26, we review his legendary through the video. And his son say he always set up role model by his own action. This is when he was 97 years old. He suffered from stroke, and he passed away when he was 101 years old. Last week, he suffered from asthenia, so his heart is slowing down and finally stopped beating. And he is the first person who's had diagnosed the lung cancer in Taiwan. And his son say that he always he took care of patients, and he is the first principal of City Nursing College. And he share his knowledge to the medical school students. For the past 30 years, he set up a role model for us to learn. And if he thinks something is right, he will work diligently and never give up. And if his physical condition could afford, he would continue work hard to share his knowledge with medical school students. And although he passed away, but his spirit will still is immortal. His spirit will be still with us. And we will be able to see from the video that he's not only his son, but also his family, but also the medical school student and the medical fellows. They always miss him so much because he set such a good role model to all of us, that he shared his knowledge, his expertise selflessly, and he worked so hard. Even after he's retired from hospital, but he does not retire from sharing his expertise to make contribution to the medical society of Taiwan. And at the same time, we also miss another person, Dharma Master Chi, De Chi. We also respect her so much. Although we keep our social distance, but we to volunteer keep our social distance, but we also accompany Dharma Master De Chi at the very last moment of her life. Dr. Master Chi, although we pay respect at the funeral service. Master Chi donate her body for the medical research at Qiji Hospital. We're very touched for what she has done for Qiji world. She is the first disciple of Dharma Master Jin-Yan. And that's just to take a look through the video. It's all because of the cause and condition, because of the affinity. If there's a cause condition, and we will meet together. It's just like radio frequency. If you tone up your radio frequency, you will be able to listen to the radio broadcast. And our affinity was Master Jin-Yan is like that. Like we have an appointment that we are going to meet with each other this lifetime. I was born in Xinchen village of east coast of Taiwan in Hualien, and it was not very convenient in transportation. I was ordained by Master Jin-Yan, and we work very hard to support our life. From 1964, I follow Master Jin-Yan. We do the farming work to support our life. That's the principle of Dharma Master Jin-Yan. Although we have nothing, although we were very, very poor, but we could still start from the beginning to establish a Qiji foundation. Dharma Master Chi as the first disciple of Master Jin-Yan, the disciple of first generation need to bear the suffering, the hardship that other people cannot bear, and we have to train ourselves in the difficult times so that we could face the overcome challenges in the life. And we salted the tofu and pan-fried the tofu to become crispy and crunchy, and still very tasty. Because we were very poor, we could only eat the salted bean curd with rice. And we have the we have the little piece of land that was about a little less than 5,000 square meters. We planted peanut, and so that we could squeeze oil And we don't have money to borrow. We didn't have money to buy plow and ox, so we need to borrow from our neighbors to borrow. And this the radio frequency press diapers are one of the works that we've done to make our living. And sometimes our fingers will be scalded and hurt by the radio frequency, and it was on my finger, the laceration on my finger, and it was trembled in pain. But I still need to continue to work. The work cannot be abandoned. Although I don't have a clean and sharp capability, but I'm ingenious. And while we have messaging encourage us to be faithful and to have steadfastness and sincerity and integrity in our heart. And that's the principle that I always uphold. And I work hard, just work hard. That's all I do. For over 50 years, very bumpy road of the life. This is the first disciple of Master Jin-Yan. In the old days, we don't have enough to eat, and our clothes could not help us to prevent from the coldness, but we still bear suffering and endure the hardship. Although our body are very exhausted, but our heart are fulfilled with Dharma joy. The affinity of Dharma, Master Jin-Yan, and us are life after life. That us learned from the role model set up by Dharma Master De. And all of us, not only Dharma Master De is the disciple of first generation of Dharma Master Jin-Yan, but all of us, we are first generation disciple. And I met Dharma Master Chi many times, and she was very humble. She always said that she didn't know what to say, but she always Master Jin-Yan encouraged her to say what she has done. So she always come out in the Tzu Chi retreat. She always share what she has done for Tzu Chi and the Tzu Chi story in the old days. And every time when I heard from her, I was always touched by her sharing. I was always bursting into tears. I thought that she was very, she's so fortunate that she could get so close to Dharma Master Jin-Yan, and she could become the first disciple of Dharma Master Jin-Yan. And she is a role model that all of city volunteers could learn from her, and that is that us sing a song together. Every Tzu Chi song is very meaningful. That listen to this song, that review. Let's renew the legendary of Dharma Master Tzu. Let's join our palm together to sing this song together. To review the legendary, to memorize her. This Tzu Chi world. What is the beauty of Tzu Chi world? We give out without asking anything for return. We giving, and giving. And we give, unite our heart to give. And the Tzu Chi world, the beauty of Tzu Chi world is because that we join our heart together and giving with kindness. The beauty of Tzu Chi world is because that we do not have any dispute with any other people. And the beauty of Tzu Chi is that we don't have any dispute in any opinions. And the beauty of Tzu Chi is that we have peace in our own mind, and we could bring peace to the world. We broaden our heart and to be able to walk into the life of people around the world. We transform the intangible to tangible good to help the needy. Tzu Chi volunteer who work hard in this world to help the needy. Tzu Chi volunteer. They although the Dharma joy is intangible, but we put our action into the world to help the whole world. Dharma Master Tzu, she set up a good role model for us to be able to learn from her, that she is so humble and diligently and she is genuine. And Zhanghua, Sister Jen, she made up this MB for us to memorize Master Tzu, and we'll put this video in YouTube for you to be able to share with more people, because this is so touched that Dharma Master Tzu has set up a role model to the highest. This video will be able to encourage us how we could make our life become meaningful, but still remain so humble. And forever and ever, we miss Dharma Master Tzu.
脉动心动行动是在这一次，因为疫情的一个关系，那我们两组的讲师，如果遇到其中的一组的讲师是属于2个人以上的一个团队，包括我们
And now it is our new unit Okay, and it is follow up with the Tzu Chi spirit and put the spirit into action. And we invite pure practitioners from Jing's abode and give us a talk and share the experience that he or she has with us, right? And today, originally, we had Sidan with us, but he had something, okay, to do. So he just couldn't get online today. And therefore, we will have Jing-Han with us. And she just say yes to us, like immediately, just no longer after, no shorter, just after she, like Sidan just said that he just couldn't come up here. And now, ladies and gentlemen, and let's have a pure practitioner, Jing-Han. And Jing-Han, we love to be with you because you have the positive energy. And now her topic today is get involved in the Dharma and live with it. Okay, so good day, ladies and gentlemen. And we always see Sister Mei-Yun is always energetic and she always brings us toward the way to energy. And today, our topic today is pretty much similar to Siddhan's because we are pure practitioners and we share the common goal, okay? And I just want to share again with you my thought toward the practitioner. And just now we watched the film of Master De Ci and Dr. Yang Sibiao, and they reminded me of the way to cultivate ourselves, right? And we really have to face, our life really honestly. And now the pandemic is really getting severe, and we have a lot of disasters in the world. And all the information that I receive are just about, the disasters from some certain like areas or countries. And among so much information, and we have to really get into the detail and try our best to carry out the mission to give the relief jobs, okay? And all the information, let me tell you, is just important. And just like a few days ago when I was online with volunteer from Malaysia, and we really had to just put, Master Zheng Yan's preach and try to comfort them, okay? And I think, under the pandemic, we don't see the end and we just feel worried. But right now, what do we need? We need to calm our hearts down. And during the pandemic, and we just have to do three things, like stop all the outdoor activities. And we have to listen and we have to watch. Listen to more Dharma and watch more Dharma and calm our hearts down. And on the Tzu Chi, like home pages, and we have the new life against the pandemic, okay? And we have a lot of online courses you can participate, which can also promote the missions, the Tzu Chi missions, and calm our hearts down. And as a pure practitioner, I think, we have to listen and we have to contemplate. Okay, listen to Mr. Zheng Yan's Dharma and try to contemplate them carefully, and practice. Practice is important. Put it into action. And now I say we input. Input means that we read and we listen. We read a lot of Dharma and we listen to the Dharma, and this is the input. And we absorb the Dharma and we can try to change our mind and put them into action. And that is the output part. And we have to speak and we have to say something, right? Say something about the Dharma and speak good words. And we have to do more and change the people into the better way. And for me, output is really important. Input is also important. Therefore, we need an access, a center, okay? And the access is Master Zheng Yan's preach, Master Zheng Yan's teaching. And this is the Buddha's aspiration. And then we put the input and put the output around the axis, then we can just both learn something and we can also do something, okay? And among people, and we have to care about people and put more care on people. And among people, among crowds, and it also helps us know us really much. And within the changing world, and how do you calm yourself down? How do you calm your heart down? And this is a very complicated world. So maybe we get confused, okay? So how are you going to just safeguard your own heart and open up the lock, okay, inside your heart? Okay, this is a very big problem. So we have to stop and we have to think. Okay, although we listen to the Dharma, and do we internalize the Dharma, or this is just, you know, a word, like some words that we hear and we just, you know, let it go after we listen to this. This is really a pity. Therefore, we have to open up the lock inside our heart and let the Dharma get in our heart. And this is, you know, what Mr. Jin-Yan teaches us, that we have to just like cultivate it inside in yourself and outward, and we have to walk out to people. And this is the two ways that I practice myself. I cultivate myself, right? And within a crowded and a complicated environment, society, and can you still also hear there's someone calling on you? Psychologically, this is the cocktail party effect. And in which we have a selective attention, and we can just put it into our daily life. It means that our brain is just like a searching engine, and your brain will search all the information that you want. And through selective attention, then you will just choose like some information that you want to help you on the way of cultivation. Okay, no matter what the problem is, then you will just start your own consciousness and try to search your own answer through your brain. And if you have any questions in mind, then your brain will just start up the searching engine and find the answers by the brain itself. So your brain have to just break through all the difficulties that it has. So through such like information psychologically, and let me tell you my conclusion, okay? Well, you know, you have to choose, you know, your own information, because you have to believe that you can just do it. And after we receive the information, then we have to put it into action, right? For example, under the pandemic, okay, what else can you do? Just ask yourself about this. And if because you ask yourself questions, therefore you have the ability to also find the answers, right? And Mr. Jin-Yan reminded us really, really carefully that, you know, through this pandemic, all right, because the pandemic cannot be stopped by human beings, right? But, you know, think about this, and how are we going to mitigate this? How are we going to prevent from this? Okay, the answer is that you have to respect all the lives, not only human lives, but also animal lives, right? And this is a complete love. This is an equal love. This is a greater love toward not only human beings, but also all the lives like animals, right? So cultivation, put it simple, is that we have to eliminate our bad habitual tendencies and the bad habit, like bad behaviors. And I really feel very, very deeply also when I was watching Mr. Dezi's preach. So again, practitioner cultivation is to eliminate our own bad habitual tendencies. I think this is very important. And don't worry that you just cannot copy Master Zheng-Yan's preach. The best thing is that you bear Master Zheng-Yan's teaching in mind and put them into action in your daily life. Okay, I feel pity, watching the two videos about Dr. Yang Shibiao and Master De Zi's passed away, and that's put everywhere a cultivating ground, a training ground to us, right? Okay, and Dr. Yang Shibiao and the Master De Zi are really the role models that they put everywhere into their own training ground. And we have to bear all the sufferings, and we have to just bear all the sufferings, and we have to just do the best to cultivate and benefit society. And then let's just face the difficulties that we encounter, and this is part of the practitioner cultivation, because we know how to change our mind so we can accept the consequences joyfully, happily. So no matter how hard, how difficult the way is, then we can still work on them. So please again ask yourself, can you bear the sufferings? And can you take all the difficulties? And it's already June, and it's been a long time that we are under the threat of the pandemic, right? So through the passing time, so what can you observe in your life? Okay, can you observe all the tiny details? If you can, then congratulations, you are living with the Dharma. And now I have my own stories. And what can you see here? There's eye drops, right? You can see eye drops right here, right? And I personally, knew a lot of eye drops, right? Okay. And you can see, the eye drops changes themselves, from year to year, right? Okay. And they changed not only their appearances, functions, and I'm also touched by their designs, right? Okay, and this is the one that I recently purchased. It looks steady, okay, because it is just always there, and you can see from the lid, and the lid can just, be tightened, on the top of the eye drop, like a container. And if you squeeze it, and only one drop of it will be just, in my eyes. So we can save, we can save, the drops, right? And we don't waste it, right? Okay. So what can the story tell us, right? It says that, your appearances, can be changed, and your behaviors and your internal internal cultivation can be arranged, because the world is changing. So we also need to change ourselves, and this is a homework that we have to give ourselves through our cultivation. And as Mr. Zheng-Yan told us, on May 31st, and she says that, how are we going to just battle against the pandemic? She says that the first thing is that we have to battle against the 5 poisons inside ourselves, right? And through what? Through precepts, okay? Because we have to safeguard ourselves that we can safeguard the world. And the world that we safeguard, because, firstly, we have to just make our own aspirations really, really steadfastly. Okay. So through any tiny chores, we have to really face them really carefully. Okay. And also, we also have to form good affinities with others. And we also have to observe all the phenomena in the world around us. And through every action that we have, so we can just do our best to benefit the world and eliminate all the evils inside ourselves. And Master Zheng also mentioned that, okay, we should let the Dharma get into our heart to eliminate our 5 poisons, which are greed, arrogance, and anger, so on. So we open up our hearts, and we will have we can maintain a good thought, right? So if we can do this, and it is that, what the Master Zheng says, always be mindful. Okay, we have to pass on Master Zheng's Dharma, and we have to also eliminate our habitual tendencies, and we have to just learn through the Jing Si idea. And I think, for me, I still, do them through my own cultivation and the practice. So thank you very much. Thank you very much for your listening. I really hope that we can be safe, okay? And thank you, Jing-Han. Really, really powerful, okay, that we put our, Dharma in our hearts, right? And a volunteer, online says that, she enjoys, watching Jing-Han, okay, because, she always gives us like a powerful speech, powerful talk, right? And she puts, her, Dharma into our action really, really diligently. And she's from Hong Kong, and she really bravely analyzes, herself, before and after she became the pure practitioner. And she also hosts, the volunteer assembly on Monday, okay? And we can also see her very frequently in a lot of assemblies in Jinsi abode, and I'm really moved, okay? And on April 17th, when we got online with European volunteers, and we also had her, okay? Thank you very much, Jing-Han. And this is really powerful, and we enjoy her speech, right? So against the pandemic, I think we can firstly, try to also arrange our hearts and pure our mind first. And this is the love that we always have. And Tzuji's love is always there with us, right? And I really want to just arrange all the love, okay, through the website. So if you think, our online study group Kaohsiung is a good thing, so please pass on them to others, right? Okay. And thanks, thanks for the encouragement from Dai TV. And this is really important for me. And I have a lot of line groups, and I'm used to sharing good information, with you, okay? And I think they are all the ways, all the methods that I use to deliver the good Dharma of Tzu. Again, Tzuji's love is always there. And I also heard that our CEO had a conferences just recently, and we also pay attention to a piece of news on TV that Tzu also get involved in purchasing the vaccines to save the sufferers of COVID-19. And of course, the confirmed cases are getting more and more, and the situation is getting very, very severe. And now we have more than 8,000 people confirmed, but the number is getting increased. So this is kind of very severe situation, and I think we can always pay attention to the Tzu platform, so we can also know that what Tzu has been doing. and all the anxiety, okay, is seen from people's faces. A lot of confirmed cases are there, but all the nurses and doctors must really take good care, of all the people suffering from the disease. So more than 100 Tzu Chi volunteers have put their warm care to the front line, who take care of the sufferers. And we send out a lot of protective gears and protective shields to all the hospitals in order to take care of the nurses and the doctors' safety. And we really need time against the increasing confirmed cases numbers. And we also, have volunteers building up the screaming stops. And all the volunteers don't worry about the rainy weather, and they need more time, okay, just to build up the screaming stations. And we also have a lot of more volunteers wanting just to prepare all the packages for people who are under quarantine. And we also have a very, very good team in the UN. So through this, and I really hope that we can try to, communicate with WHO and the USA, the Tzu Chi USA, and see whether we can purchase vaccines back to help Taiwanese people, to safeguard the people's health. And Tzu Chi has already sent a lot of protective gears and the protective gowns and the masks, etc., okay, to all the people who need them. And we also offer a lot of quarantine wards in 4 of our Tzu Chi hospitals. And we provide warm services. And this is the responsibilities that we shoulder now. And Tzu Chi also set up more than 500 oxygen machines and 4 screening stations. And we also provide money for people who need them when they need to purchase 3C products. So as long as we can do just a little bit, then we can help a lot of people. Okay, so this is a very warm society if we can do just a little bit more to people who need it. This is really touching. If you are touched, then please also send the love to people. And we really hope them to also participate in us, right? So please explain detailedly and explain carefully, clearly to others about what Tzu Chi is doing. And I think this is the way that that everyone can pass on the Dharma and pass on the good things to everybody. Okay, again, let everybody know that what Tzu Chi is doing. And Tzu Chi is always there, and we are doing our best to help everybody in Taiwan or globally non-stop. We really hope that we can safeguard, everybody's health, and we can also pay a great attention about what the Tzu Chi is doing. So on Monday this week, did you hear that? That Mr. Jin-Yan says we had over 7,000, almost 8,000 people online listening to Mr. Jin-Yan's preach. It makes her so happy. And Tuesday and Wednesday, okay, and we also had more than this number of people online just to pray with us. This is really, really touching, right? But they are really part of, the necessary part, okay, against the pandemic, right? And again, I really hope that everybody can just adopt the vegetarianism just to safeguard your health against the pandemic. And here is the Jin's herbal tea. If you can't purchase them, just call the Jin's bookstore in Kaohsiung, and you can have like 3 packs. Okay, you can just purchase 3 packs at the most. Okay, please call Jin's bookstore here. And Mr. Jin-Yan not only once remind us that she just want to safeguard everybody's health, right? And this time, the sharing from Malaysia also says that, okay, the herbal tea is really, really essential for us against the pandemic, right? And if you are really busy and if you don't, if you really have to go outside, and this is really important, herbal tea is very important. In Malaysia, there's a case that, drinking more herbal tea, Jin's herbal tea, is really, really preventive, okay, from the COVID-19. Okay, so make it just like water, and you can just have it just as you have water. So cherish it and let us, just have it. So for next week, so let me tell you what we have next week, right? We have the Deputy CEO, Jing-Wen. Okay, so, and we also have Hou Xiaoying.
Next week, we also the analysts like Professor Zheng Guofan. This is very hard to attend his class. It's only for us. We only can listen to his class only in the camp. He's going to share the story of silent mentors. Also, the next week we will let Sister Jing-Wen. She will share the follow-up with Tzu Chi spirits and just do it. She will share the actions during the pandemic. And also on the 6th of June, the brother Qiu Guoqi and her wife will come join us. And also the doctors from the Darling Hospital. And the 23rd of June, he's the young people. He will come to share his work. So every Wednesday, please join us. And to beautiful, we only need to work hard, and to glow up, we cannot to wait. So next week, 9th of June. So we'll see you online, and share and subscribe the channel of Tzu Chi at Kaohsiung. Thank you. Let's bow to the Buddha and Master Jin-Yan. First bow. Second bow. And third bow. Let's wave goodbye to our Master Jin-Yan and the Master, our Jing-Si, Abel, and write the feedback to us. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for the group. Thank you.